The way it is.
You better sit down. Security, right here. I've got her name. All right. There's a little thing in Memphis, Tennessee called the Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Contest. And the men you see on stage, most of them have competed in that. Some of them have won. There has to be a current winner, doesn't there? Well, you know how lucky we are? The reigning Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Champion, as named by Graceland, is here tonight. Now, like the anonymous gentleman on the video told you, it was about 50 years ago that Elvis opened in Vegas. Actually, in just a few days. Well, here's the deal. Stop the music. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry, he got paid for those extra cymbal crashes, so we didn't do it. You know what? It's on Saturday, it's the 50th anniversary of the man walking out of the Eagle, a Tranquility Base, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. But you know what the cool thing that happened in July of 1969? Man walked on the moon, blah, 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 50 years ago. But 50 years ago, at the end of July in Las Vegas, Nevada, Elvis Presley walked on stage at the International Hotel. That's right. That's what I remember from 1969 because we were here, weren't we? Yes, we were. 50 years ago, Elvis Presley walked out on stage, the International Hotel. He did not open the showroom, however. The showroom was opened by another entertainer because Colonel Parker said, my boy will not open a showroom because those showrooms always have problems with sound and lights. And so they let a little newcomer named Barbara Streisand open that room. And she had light problems and sound problems. And about 2 weeks later, Elvis Presley walked on stage. Everything worked perfectly. Colonel was a lot of things, but a genius was one of them. It was 50 years ago, 1969 July, Elvis Presley came to Vegas. He had a little thing in the summer of '69. He came back in the winter of 1970. There's an album called Elvis on Stage 1970 that some of us know. A little bit of information, that album, Elvis on Stage 1970, is one of the few albums ever released that does not contain the name of the artist on the cover. It just says On Stage 1970 with his picture. That's all you need. Then the summer of 1970, a film crew from MGM came to Vegas to shoot Elvis Presley in concert at the International Hotel. It was the Colonel's way of putting a movie together to play in movie theaters that was unlike any other Elvis movie you had seen up until that time. Up until that time, Elvis had played characters in dramas. This was the first movie that Elvis was Elvis. That's the way it is. It came out in the winter of 1970, and what it was pretty smart. Colonel Parker said, if you want to see Elvis Presley, you gotta come to Vegas. A few years later, another movie was called Elvis on Tour. That movie was also a promo. That movie said, if you want to see Elvis, sit tight. He'll be in a town near you soon. But let's go back to 1970. International Hotel. Film crew. We're going to pretend you're in the audience. You're at the International Hotel. You have paid a lot of money to a maitre d' to have these seats right here. Oh my goodness. 1970 money too, so you know how far that goes. We're going to recreate for you a night at the International from this summer festival. Oh my gosh, what a great name for a festival. Wow. Some of you are going, oh I get it now. The summer festival. And like I said when we